Hey guys, I'm just a girl and today I am going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine for my acne prone skin where you can take your face from looking like this to this. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my primer, which is by The Ordinary. It's their high adherence silicone primer. You just want to take out a good bit of that much. Then you're just gonna take small sections and dot it in your problem areas, which for me, right now, that's pretty much everywhere. And so after the primer is when I get into my foundation. And to put on my first foundation base, I just use this Tarte foundation brush. And then the foundation that I'm using today is my tried and true favorite, the Tarte Shape Tape. The shade is 16N, which is Fair Light Neutral. You're just gonna pump some onto this brush and then just go in with that. And I like to just work with some small sections spread around the face just to get a nice base layer, and then I'll build the coverage up as I need to. Okay, so my base layer is on, so I'm actually gonna build up a little more because you can still see a lot of the acne here, and it looks like I'm also wearing some on my shirt and on my desk. So I'm just gonna wipe that off real quick.
We will be right back.
So what I really love about this foundation is the buildable coverage that it gives. And when you pair it with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, it's just a really nice duo for full coverage that honestly doesn't feel like super heavy in my opinion. So this is just the same one I've used for probably about a year or two now. Beforehand, I would just use like drugstore stuff like Maybelline, which is fine, but I just wanted something that's a little with a little more coverage, and I like a lot of Tarte's other products, as you'll see that in the rest of the video. So once I've got a good layer of foundation on, I go in with my concealer. And I do my concealer with a beauty blender. And just taking my damp beauty blender. It's a little rough right now. I don't know why mine always get like these little cuts in them, but I always just try to look for a spot that doesn't really have any of that. I don't know if you can see very well right now, but I actually have a spot right here that's bleeding. So it's kind of hard to cover up, and also probably not a very good idea to be putting makeup over it right now, but whatever. I don't really wear makeup very often anymore because I've been spending so much time inside. You know, even when my acne like first started getting really bad, about 2 years ago, from hormone changes because of birth control, I wouldn't even go to the grocery store without wearing makeup. And it was just a really difficult time for me Of course, I had acne in high school, but it was like normal teenage acne, like everybody had it. A lot of people my age now have like these perfectly beautiful, clear faces. Of course, a lot of people also have acne. So I just felt really awful about my skin when I was probably I was a junior in college when it started flaring up again. And it's just really hard to deal with that. And I was so used to just wearing like drugstore makeup that didn't really provide as much coverage. So I was like trying to learn like high coverage makeup, and I was trying to learn more about skincare, because even where I'm from originally, you know, my family, we never really talked about skincare or anything. There wasn't a conversation about it. Even like as a teenager, when I had teenage acne, it was just like, here's Proactive, good luck. So, as a young adult now with adult acne and not teenage acne, I've had to figure out about skincare and educate myself, because I also don't really have access to a dermatologist for insurance and financial reasons. So I've had to learn a lot on my own. One of my favorite channels to watch for skincare content is Skincare by Hiram. I'm sure it's a lot of people's favorite, but I also love Cassandra Bankson. She's a medical esthetician and she's friends with Hiram. So if you're looking for good skincare advice, check out those channels. And since we are now done with the concealer, this is how everything's looking. A little bit more coverage. You can still see that there's acne here. You can't hide it completely, which is okay. You know, I just am mostly concerned with redness on my skin. If I can see like a little bit of pigmentation or some skin texture, like it's okay. I'm human. I'm not gonna hate myself for that. This bump is really giving me a hard time, but it's okay. Once I get some powder in there, it'll probably be fine. So after the concealer, I set, no. After the concealer, since that was all liquid, I go in with this Tarte C bronzer. This is the brush that goes with it, and you have to go in with this before your powder because this is a creamy bronzer. Now, I've been in a rush before and like not realized my proper steps, and I actually put this on after like doing setting powder, and it came out just fine still. So after that creamy bronzer, I do go in with the Tarte Shape Tape setting powder. And if my concealer is getting like creasy down there, then I just go back over it with the blender and then the powder. Most of the brushes I use are from like the same Tarte collection. I take this one that's kind of like angular. And then after that, just for a little bit of extra coverage, I go in with the Shape Tape Powder Foundation in shade 15N Fair Light Neutral. And then I get this big flat brush from the same brush collection. And this also just helps blend out that creamy bronzer so I don't look stupid and like someone punched me in the face. So after that, I like to go in with my blush, and I'm just using a brush that I got out of an Ipsy bag when I was subscribed to it, and also this blush palette that I got out of an Ipsy bag. And I've been using this for a really long time. I really like it. Once it like runs out, I might actually repurchase it. So first I just go in with this lighter blush shade. Just kind of press it in. And carry a little over to my nose just to balance everything out. Then if I really want to, I'll take some of this darker shade, just very lightly. Then I typically try to rub this off on my arm so I can go in with this like bronzing shade, just in some of the areas that I bronzed before. I'm nowhere near perfect with any of my makeup. I just kind of go with it. Normally when I'm putting on makeup, I have to be somewhere or I have to do something, and I'm usually running late for that function. So a lot of these steps I'll skip, or I will modify a little bit or do them like super quickly. And after that, I'll go in with my highlighter, which this is one that I've been using for a really long time that I also got in an Ipsy bag. And it's the Ofra highlighter in Star Island. And you can just tell how much I've used it. And I actually go in with these two little brushes. This one like for the cheek area, and then this for like getting around the eyebrows. Then if that gets to be a little too harsh, I'll just take my big brush from earlier and just go over it very lightly, just to make everything blend in. And then that is it for the face makeup. So all we have left is eyebrows and eyes. So I usually just like to take out all those products that I'm going to need, like all my eyebrow products, mascaras. Oh, and we also have lips. So for my eyes, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy. I love this palette. I got it for Christmas from my mom. I did ask for it. It was on my Santa list, and I did get it. I was very happy. The shades are just gorgeous. You can see how much I've used it, especially the glittery shades. So I'll go in with the soft and sweet pink shade today and just blend that all over the eyelid. Just a really nice pop of color on the eyes. Then I'll just go in with the shade Cookie Cutters. That one today. And I'll start actually with just applying it with my finger because that helps the pigment like really stay on. Sometimes a brush with like glittery shades can just kind of lose some of the luminosity in the pigment. Now, a lot of times if I'm really in a hurry, I'll only apply a glittery shade, which is why in this particular palette they're used up more than the matte shades, because I'm always running late. Just to touch up the glittery shades, I get this I think this is Morphe, yeah. I just get this eye brush that's pointed but also like fluffy. And it's good for getting the corners right here. Because it's hard to get your finger into the corner of your eye. Then I also like the look of just extending this glitter over about halfway through the eye. I'll show you why in a minute. So I can just leave the look there and take the glitter all the way through the bottom, the lower lash line there. But what I typically like to do is get a liner brush. This one's actually from Kylie, but I didn't like the eyeliner that it came with, so I just used the brush. And I'll take this dark brown shade, Cookie Call, on the palette and just kind of like lightly line the lash line so it makes my eyelashes look fuller when I put mascara on. And I'll bring it down here too, just to kind of blend it together. Really like the definition that this look gives my eyes. It looks a little crazy right now, but when I put mascara on, it'll look a lot better. End of it into a little bit of a wing. And if one side gets a little bit too crazy, I like to take just a super simple pointed, flat, weird shaped brush. I don't know, it's just really nice for cleaning up small details like this. I would typically curl my lashes and put my mascara on. Right now I've been using two different mascaras. I go in first with the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, which does a really good job of separating the lashes and lengthening them. And then to get like a fuller, more luscious look, I go over that with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So that is what I'm gonna do. Whenever I curl my lashes, I like to do a pump curl. So start at the base and just like pump it a little bit and then move it further along the eyelash and just keep going, because just doing like one long hold seems kind of damaging to the eyelashes to me. And then also, like, if you go on the end and do another curl, then it just feels like it further curls the lashes. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but that's the way that it seems in my head. And then I'll just like fluff them with my finger to make sure they feel curly. So first mascara is up. Again, it's the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes. Go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. My goodness, if you ever want to feel self-conscious about yourself, just try to record yourself putting on your mascara, because the faces that you make, they're not pretty. And now I'll go on to eyebrows, and I'm going to be using Benefit eyebrow products. So the first one is the Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 2. All of them are in shade 2. I just take the spoolie end and go through my brows first. Take my 3D brow tones in shade 2, which is just like a brow gel, and go over the hair with that. Them nice and relaxed like this, but usually I like to just fill in for a little bit more definition with the Precisely My Brow Pencil. After that, I'll just brush them through again to see if everything looks even. And if I really need to set the brows in place for the day, I take my 24-hour brow setter. It's a clear gel. lips. So if I need to, I will take a Q-tip and just go over where like some of the foundation might have got on my lips. I don't really do a whole lot of bold lip looks. I usually just go for like more neutral tones, especially when I'm doing like this kind of natural eye look. So I'm using the Sugar Rush Sugar Coat matte or velvet liquid lipstick in the shade Cupcake, and this is like a sub brand of Tarte. So if you're shopping on like Tarte's website, you can also shop Sugar Rush. And then to set all that work that we just did, I go in with my Tarte Stay Spray.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
I shake it up, close my eyes, and I actually use just like a little fan I got from Amazon to dry it very quickly so it doesn't leave any spots. So there you have it. That's the finished makeup look. So if you guys enjoyed this video today, please be sure to leave a like or a comment, subscribe, do whatever that you can to show that you support me and my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!